Hey guys, this is Amy. So today I kind of want to go over an electronic listing presentation with you that you can do yourself using your iPad or like pre-listing presentations that maybe you want to send out. Hi, so I want to go over today some different ideas for electronic listing presentations depending on where you're at in your career. So one of the things that I think captures your listings or with sellers is wowing them before you go on a listing presentation. So a couple things that I do, and I have them all set up already, is I have a pre-listing packet. It's just basically a marketing proposal that's pretty generic. I found that a lot of sellers were only caring about price when I got in there, so I tailored what I was sending them, all the time. So then I just made a blanket market proposal, and then when I got in there, I would go over comps with them and numbers. But having a blanket marketing proposal, I put it on Issuu. It creates an online magazine for them. And so it's a standard one I send out to all listings, and it's a great tool. And it used to be free, it's no longer free, but I use it also for my buyer packets as well. And then I have a video of myself on YouTube that I recorded in a studio. You don't have to record it in a studio, it can be organic, and just kind of a little intro about myself. And then I also do on RPR. I go out there and do a quick comp and let them know this is not final numbers, but this is a starting point. And so that way they have those. And then I also send them a blank seller's disclosure. And the reason why I do that is it kind of gets them in the process. They're kind of already starting to get loyal to me before I even meet them, and that they know that there's a lot of paperwork to fill out. So kind of if they're ever on the fence, maybe going for sale by owner, when I send all of this quickly, it normally kind of is an aha moment for them. So, and this I keep in Evernote, so this is what it looks like. And I just can I can text it to them, I can Facebook message it to them if that's how their lead came in, I can email it to them depending on that. So this is everything ready to go in Evernote, and I just can quickly tweak it depending on what conversations we've had, whether there were conversations, however the lead came in. So that kind of gives you some starting points. And then I'm going to show you some more things just shortly. So one of the electronic listing presentations I use is Keynote, and it just depends on what you want to do. So if you are wanting to modify your listing presentation every time, Keynote or PowerPoint is great. So I'm on a Mac, and Keynote is for Macs only. So in Keynote, I have a listing presentation or just a presentation app on here. So what I want to do is I want to put it to the cloud so then I can pull it up on my iPad. So it's really simple. Once you create your Keynote, and this is not a Keynote class, unfortunately, but a lot of people do use Keynote. You can go up to File, and then you can save, but I'm going to hit Move To just to show you the difference. And you'll see where it says Keynote iCloud, or I can move it to my Dropbox. So I'm going to put it in iCloud, and it's already actually there. And I'm going to hit Move is what I would have done. We'll put, and let's just put it back here so hopefully it'll pick up. And it's not going to pick up because it's already in there. And then once it's in the iCloud, then I'm going to show you how you can view it on your iPad. Now, one thing I want to show you before we get off here is how I can use my iPhone. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Keynote on my iPhone. And I'm going to, this is Mobile Agent Sarasota. And I'm going to screenshot this. So just bear with me. I'm going to bring this up. Alright, so I am back on my iPhone, and you'll see my iPhone's on the screen, and behind it is my Keynote presentation. Up here is, if I want to use my phone as a remote to my Mac, you'll see where it says play. And so it's looking for my MacBook Pro. And it'll take just a second. And then you're going to get a big play button in the middle of the screen. So we're going to hit play. And now you should see that it's playing, and I'm just swiping with my phone to the next slide. So I'm playing my obviously the presentation via my phone. I'll get out of here. And we're back here. And hopefully that kind of showed you what you can see. Alright, so this is what Keynote looks like on your iPad. So once I put it to the cloud, that's the cool thing, is I have the opportunity to hit, once it's in the iCloud, I can have numerous presentations running in the cloud that I can pull at a moment's notice. So if you wanted like a buyer presentation or whatever it may be, they're all sitting under the iCloud under presentation. So I'm trying to get this to catch up with what I'm on my screen. So this is what the screen looks like when I have all the things in the iCloud. These are presentations in the cloud. So they're in iCloud on Keynote. So just so you see what they look like. And over here I can push play, and again I can remote control that to my Mac, or I can play it directly from my iPad in front of a client. So when you go and download it and you want to hit play, so maybe you're going to play your iPad in front of a client, I would download all of this before you leave a good Wi-Fi connection. So then what we're going to do is come over to where it has actually press play. And forgive me, my voice is off because I've been battling sickness. And we're going to go ahead and hit play. So down here is the plus sign, and I could just add a new slide, and you'll see that quite a few choices come up that are kind of pre-templated ones as well. So the Keynote is great to create a presentation on either your Mac or your iPad. I find it easier to create it on my Mac, and then I can edit it easier, and then I can put it to iCloud. That's just a personal preference. Do what works for you. And then as you've seen here, it'll show you all the different slides that you can add. So we'll just go ahead and add one. And once it's added, my internet connection is really slow in this hotel room. So once it's added, again, you can create all of that, change them around. Again, for me, it's easier doing it on a Mac. And then once you're done, you can play it here by hitting play. So hopefully that gives you an idea how to use Keynote as an electronic listing presentation. And then don't go away, because we're going to come back and talk about some other electronic listing presentations for you. So hey everybody, I want to talk with you about another digital listing presentation you can do. It's called Haiku Deck. This is great to do when you have to kind of do something on the fly. Really easy to do from your iPad. So let's talk about that one. So it looks like the Haiku deck on my iPad is crashing, so unfortunately I can't show you that, but I just want to let you know it may be just fine on yours. It's just crashing on mine. I don't know if it's the app or my iPad, so just FYI, try it. It's really easy to work on. So another electronic listing presentation that I want to talk with you about is Prezi. So it's Prezi.com. It's also an app on your iPad, iPhone. Great tool. The only downside for me is I'm used to doing a PowerPoint presentation where it's kind of very linear thinking. Prezi is very much ideas all over the board. You can zoom in, zoom out. Very, very powerful listing tool for a listing presentation. You just kind of have to know how to separate it from a PowerPoint thought process or to a Prezi. So let me kind of show you those. prezi.com. And so it looks a lot different. So to create a new Prezi, again, this is not a Prezi class, just a different, letting you know a different electronic listing presentation you can do. So you'd come up here and hit create new Prezi. I think I have one here that I can kind of quickly show you. I'm not sure if I was playing with this one or if this is one I really did. So we'll see what it does. And the cool thing about Prezi.com, you can download it. It automatically is cloud, so it goes to your iPad for you. And so just, let's see if it'll take just a few minutes and pull up. And the cool thing is down here you'll see it says present remotely. But I kind of want to show you what it looks like if it doesn't take too long to pull in. And then when you present it, let's just see if it'll pull in for me. And again, it looks different, a little different on your iPad. But again, it's the Prezi app on your iPad. So if I was starting this and running it through my iPhone or iPad, you'll see that it's very different. It zooms in, zooms out, kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like to some of you guys. I don't know if that helps you, but this is totally different. And just the hard part, I think, is just kind of the setup process. Great tool though.